Okay. Hey, y'all. Okay. Whew. That was quite the last read. All right. Hold on. What happening here? There we go. Okay. Okay. We're back. Yeah, we're back. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Let's start this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Zine. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, collective. How you doing today? Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. One more time. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. Don't forget to grab your copy of this book here, all right? Wisdom Beyond Wounds. It is readily available on Amazon. If you're not aware of what this book is or entails, I created this book to help to give more knowledge and insight surrounding narcissistic abuse here. Okay, so if you're a person that have experienced narcissistic trauma or narcissistic abuse, this was a shadow book that I have created to help you to dive deeper into the many different aspects surrounding narcissism. Okay, this book is readily available for purchase on Amazon.com. Just type in Wisdom Beyond Wounds and you'll see it pop up. You'll also see my other publications coming up as well too. All right, this one is called Ink and Emotions, a poetry journal. All right, so you basically go through the book. There's many different mental health activities that will help you to stay on track with your mental health. And there's also many different types of poem styles in here, where also there's a reflection space where you kind of write out as to what you thought of the poem. Okay, so it's all for goodness, for greatness. And I do have another book that's coming out. I've been super busy. All right, so I'm just waiting on my copy of my book. And as soon as I get that, that book will go live. Okay, and that book is surrounding inner child wounds, healing inner child wounds. So yeah, I've been busy, y'all. All right, so let's get into this read. Channel message here is they can't nip their failures in the bud, okay? Now, the reason why they can't nip their failures in the bud here is because people are seeing your success as their failure. These are individuals that know that they have failed at life in many different ways: money, love life, connections of themselves here, and they tend to love to project how they feel about themselves onto other people. For some odd reason here, they thought that you would have been the one that was going to stick to everything that they had said and also have done to you here, and it did not happen in this way. People are now seeing them as the failure that they are, and I know that might be triggering for them, but who the hell cares? They are what they are. They are a failure, and the reason why I say that here is because they failed at trying to stop you from moving forward or actually being successful here. Okay. What they don't like is that people are actually seeing them as the failure as they are, because that's what they keep putting out into the world here. And many more people now, they're becoming the topic of the town or the community settings here. People are speaking more and more about them, but more so in a negative way or a negative aspect of things here. So what they normally do is they're trying to frame your failure as their success because it feeds their ego and it also distracts them from their own shortcomings. So if they're able to put you in a position where you can see yourself as, you know, being short with yourself here, but they'll feel more comfortable with being comfortable in their failure here, okay? They also depend on you falling down, or they depend on the downfall of you here, because they rely on your slip ups to feel above you. Okay, that's the only way they can feel successful, is if they have their thumb or their feet underneath you. You know what I mean? Without your failure, they have nothing to measure themselves against. So this is where they go into an avoidant state here. And by becoming very fixated on you, they avoid confronting their own flaws, which is why their failures keep repeating and growing and just keep growing and growing and growing. These are the type of individuals here that really, really, really set high standards towards trashy things. You know, the way that they treat people, stealing from people, lying to people, things of that nature here. I'm hearing Nantucket, 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 Nantucket. That was the last thing that they would thought that anyone would see were their failures, but the more they kept coming up against you, the more that they failed. And because they thought that their failures were hidden, again, the more that they came up against you, the more that people see that they have failed at basically everything that they try to do towards you here. And it's really making them very upset. Really upset. So they're being harshly judged by their community or of their peers here. Adjudication is here. Yes, community settings or family settings, take how it resonates, or dynamics of such. Social connections here will tend to judge people that are on the spotlight or in the spotlight in regards to the harmful things that they're doing towards other people here. I guess they felt like because they were doing these things towards you that no one, well, everybody would kind of like bat an eye and not say anything. But I strongly feel initially the reason why people were batting an eye is because they couldn't tell what was the truth versus what wasn't. And I felt they felt that because of the lies were so believable, they try to get the lies to be very believable here, that people were just more susceptible, more open to believe the lies that they were saying about you here. So this is why they're in despair, because people are realizing 1 + 1 is 2 and not 2 + 1 is 4. You know, they finally have received the correct components here to solve the equation surrounding the lies that they have said about you. Yep, so we have message of concern, which is now becoming a huge message of concern for this person that feels like a failure. They feel like a failure at life because everything they have tried to do, just in general, in regards to them, it doesn't work. So they're having a lot of deep thoughts or negative thoughts in regards to what they could have changed, what they could have hidden, or they keep going back to the drawing board here to see how they could change or finagle the situation at hand. But again, they keep exposing themselves because they kept failing towards your success. There's a difference between your success and their failure, okay? People are seeing your success as their failure. They failed at failing you. And they had a lot of obstacles in path to ensure that they were going to fail you, and it didn't work out in that way. Hey, y'all. Hey, Bobby. Hey, y'all. Hey, DeMarco. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. What's up, y'all? What up, y'all? Someone's name is Ida. You could be from Idaho. Or maybe you're eating potatoes. Russet potatoes. Maybe someone's name is Russell. We have false is literally the false person versus the high honor person. And you are the high honor person and they are the false person here. They try to switch it around to where you came off as the false person and they came off as a high honor person. But where they dropped the ball here is that their mouth got them in trouble. The gossip got them in trouble. The lies got them in trouble here. Y'all ready for Halloween? That's my favorite holiday, okay? I cannot wait. And yes, I will be coming on here on Halloween with my Halloween costume. I cannot wait, boo. You know, tell me more about the false person. It could be a mature woman here. Mother figure, a friend, an older friend, grandmother, aunt, cousin, some whatever toxic social connection that you had with this person. It's a elder, older, someone that can be older than you, maybe somebody younger than you. They can also come off as if they are mature, but they're very immature. So you're gonna have to take that how that resonates here. But no one is looking at this mature woman the same here, and they are in fear or they are afraid. I strongly feel like this mother figure, or we'll just say elder woman figure here, is afraid here because they feel like that people may do something towards them or cause some kind of harm towards them while they're being sick. So they're in a lot of shame right now. Yeah, they're in a lot of shame right now because they don't know. They know a lot of people are watching them. And they feel like that they have to watch their back because they don't know exactly who's watching them. But they're the one that set off the gossip. That's why I don't understand. You can't be gossiping about someone and then when the gossip come back around to not be true, and then you want to go into hiding. It doesn't make sense. They don't make sense. Somebody's eating pears, P-E-A-R-S, pears. Could be yellow pears or green pears, but someone loves pears. Someone's making some type of a pie. Could be like an apricot pie. Could be an apple pie. Someone loves to bake pies, and I mean from scratch, okay? Or this could be your favorite holiday to do those things since it's a little bit cooler wherever you are in the world. Yep, blind spots. So they were, well, blind spots is here. Let me, because I'm getting many different scenarios. So let me narrow it down. Give me a second. Tell me more about the blind spot. We have desperate. Okay, they were desperate to kind of put you in a space of fear here, so that way you just kind of succumb to the gossip here. They thought that you would have succumbed to people talking about you. They thought that you would have been upset or mad to the point where you kind of would have hurt yourself. That's really odd. They thought if they pushed they thought if they pushed so much pressure on you that you would have just kind of exploded or kind of break down here to where you would have hurt yourself. They were desperate for you to hurt yourself, which is fucking odd. Why would another person, it says self-sabotage. Huh, goodness. Just weird. Somebody could be from Panama. You may be making Panamanian food, or you love Panamanian food, or you could be Haitian, because I'm hearing sac passe. Okay, you could be from the islands. I'm seeing St. Kitts and Nevis, Bahamas, Barbados. So I'm seeing all those island countries. So you could be from the islands. Take it how it resonates. I'm also hearing Astoria. That keeps popping up, Astoria. Someone has issues with their sinus. Or, maybe you can't breathe surrounding your sinuses. Maybe your nose feel clogged up, or it could be seasonal. There's also a thing called seasonal depression. Maybe you have experienced that, or you're working on trying to get out of that mode or situation. Someone could be from Alaska. Someone lives in a space or an area where there's certain parts of the world that, hey, shh. There's certain parts of the world where you'll have like more daylight. So I know Alaska is one of those places. It won't get dark till like maybe 9 or 10 o'clock at night or something like that. So those specific places, but I know there's other places within the world. I just can't think of the names right now. Y'all want to have to help me out with that. But that's just an example. Somebody lives in a space or a state or a country in that way where there's a lot more light now than before. Oh, okay. I can look at it that way. So Alaska is normally cold. They do have some moments where it gets pretty warm or so, but normally people know Alaska for it to be super, super cold here. And I feel like with the light as well too. So even though it's very cold in nature, and this is more so from a metaphoric point of view here, this person is very cold in nature, but you can still see the darkness of them in the light. If that makes sense? Okay, thank you, Spirit. That makes sense. You may actually have seen energies jumping out of this person, jumping in and out of this person. This person has an entity attached to them. And I feel like if they were aware that they actually had an entity attached to them, they would be very afraid, because they're the one that keeps saying that they don't believe in like spirits and things in that nature here. But they actually have a bad spirit attached to them with dwelling in darkness, or dwelling on darkness and bad advice here. This person may need an exorcism. It's that bad. We have external influence as well too. How they got this energy or entity attached to them here? Because they were opening up portals and they didn't know what they were doing. They were reciting certain type of things, darker things, speaking in tongues here, and they actually opened up a portal to where this lower vibrational spirit or entity was able to successfully attach to them. So the moment that that entity attached to them is a moment where it started to drain the life out of them. They don't know how to get it off. So it's like they, yeah, they're looking for some form of assistance to get help, but they can't get the help because like no one wants to touch it or no one wants to touch them because they have a history of doing harmful things towards people with energy drain. So it's like every time this person will go around another person, that person will start to feel depleted in their energy and no one is willing to help them to remove or to release this spirit here, which is causing this spirit to drain them completely. So the whole thing around this scenario around this is that this spirit or entity was supposed to be attached to you initially. It didn't happen in that way, of course, because you didn't succumb to the things that they were doing towards you, okay? And when it comes to energies, if you don't do what you're supposed to do when you're calling upon energies, well, there's a price to pay, literally, okay? Everything is reciprocal, believe it or not, whether it's a good spirit or a negative spirit, everything is reciprocal. They want to call upon negative spirits, bad spirits, that's cool, okay? And they didn't give the reciprocation in regards to calling upon this negative spirit here. The reciprocation here was that things were supposed to be completely destroyed in your life here, and they were going to be rewarded for the things that are being destroyed in your life, i.e. the failure in your life. But because you didn't fail, you may have stumbled, but you didn't fail. We're going to have some moments where you do stumble in life. That's just a part of life. You know what I mean? But the real test or the real question here is, are you able to sustain yourself, number one? Number two, have you learned from your lessons from the actual stumble that you stumbled upon? And then number three, you don't look at your failure as a form of failing. You know what I mean? You look at it as a form of a lesson or a life lesson here. So all in all, you're actually more successful than any of them could ever be, you know? Someone named is Fernadad, F-E-R-N-I-D-A-D, Fernadad. Or you could be watching Fern Gully. I know that's very specific. Fern Gully. And that was a movie back in, I want to say, early 1990s. I'm also seeing the Aristocats, or is it Aristocrats? Either or. I'm seeing Oliver and Company as well too. So these are more like Disney cartoons or movies back in the 90s. Maybe you're watching that, or maybe you're watching it on Disney, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing Oliver and Company with is it Bon Jovi that sing that song? Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's just the beat population. I got street soft warfare. That's what I'm hearing. So yeah, you are aligned, or I'll put it this way, they are aligned to be energetically drained based on the history of the things that they were doing towards themselves here, which is the reason why they're self-sabotaging. And they're trying to get out of the self-sabotage, but they are in fear because they can't see themselves in the future, or they can't get themselves to be able to get to the future of self. There is no future of this person because they've completely ceased that by the things that they were doing. Hey, boo. Hey, Jess. So it's causing a lot of self-doubt for them. They know that something is off, but they can't put a finger on it. But you can actually, sometimes you can actually see those spirits or entities on people, attached to people. Yeah, you really can, if you know what you're looking for. Sometimes it may smell, you know, sometimes it may make them look real old. It depends on the type of spirit that they connect to or attached to. But this person is filled with anger and lies because that's all they have are lies, and they're not able to escape their lies, which in return makes them a failure. This is why they feel like they failed. They feel like they failed themselves at failing you, which is really sad. They strongly feel that they failed themselves at failing you. Somebody eating pizza. Maybe you like sour cream on your apple pie, or you just love sour cream in general. You could be having tacos. somebody's going to Wendy's, the restaurant. You may get in a burger or some kind of baked potato or something. I just see like a loaded baked potato. So you could be going to Wendy's. Somebody just went to go for gas, or when you went to the gas station, they didn't have your specific gas, so you had to go to another gas station. So take that how that resonates. That's what I'm picking up here. But you have the domino effect. Yeah, they created this domino effect of themselves and the people around them here. And we, you know, if you are familiar, remember the movie called The Toy with it was a 1980s movie. Richard Pryor was in it, and his father actually bought him as a toy, Richard Pryor. But he became really close to the little boy, but the little boy was bad as hell. And if I'm not mistaken, I remember there was a specific part in the scene here where there was an actual dominoes table here, and Richard Pryor somehow accidentally like touched or bumped the table, and you just see all the dominoes start to fall. He was, you know, he was scared. I think he was talking to the father at the time, but I think the father was working on it for a very long time. I say that to say here, that's what's happening. They worked on trying to make you fail for a very, very, very long time, that when you finally realized that what they were trying to do here, you literally bumped the table. This is figuratively speaking. You bumped the table here, and you started the domino effect of fear, the domino effect of change, the domino effect of the history that they have been hiding from other people. Now it's out for everyone to see. Someone's name is Angela. It could be a father figure as well. The Emperor is here, which is Aries, so take it how it resonates. A father figure, a father, a child's father, an uncle, a brother, a cousin, whoever, however, a social connection that holds the title of an actual father figure here. So take it how it resonates. For whoever resonates here, you may not have a good relationship with a father figure or a stepfather, foster father, or a child's father here. And again, you have actually created this domino effect here where things are not working out in the way that they anticipate or expect here. Going back to the projection of things, they frame your failure as their success because it feeds their ego and distracts them from their own shortcomings. They knew that you were aware of their shortcomings here, but they didn't want everyone else to be aware. But yet again, they were putting themselves in very compromising positions to where people are now aware of their shortcomings here. So they wanted to, or they needed to depend on your downfall here. So that way they can rely on your slip-ups to feel above you. That's the only way that they will feel more successful over you, is if they can make you stumble and actually fall. If that makes sense. Yep, magician. You worked it. You worked the magician, or the magic of self here. Okay, you turn the darkest nights into the warmest days, or you light up the dark with your light here. Your light is your truth. Yeah, you were the magician. You spoke out to source, divine energy, God, universe, etc. here, and you told that bigger energy of source power here what you wanted, and it created a domino effect. Now they think that this was an accident, that this wasn't supposed to happen. Accident is here, but they feel like that this was a complete accident for them to be in this world stage. Could be an Aquarius, or more so, yeah, they feel that it's too much attention on them, and they don't like that. More people are evil eyeing them, and they don't like that. And they want it to stop. They don't want people to watch them. They don't want people to judge them. I mean, oh well, I want some fried chicken, but I can't have none. We can't have everything we want, you know? So, well, what's the issue? There's some things I want with my birthday coming up, and I gotta watch what I eat. So, hey, if I can't get my fried chicken, well, shit. Listen. But yeah, we got evil eye here. A lot of people are evil eyeing them down. They don't like it. They know people are talking about them. They know people want to come close to them here, and they want to get out of Dodge. They want to get out of harm's way because they feel like people are looking to harm them. And I'm being for real with you. They lied. They lied, and they brought other people in, and other people's lives are in shambles because of them. Of course, other people are going to want to fight them. That makes sense. Of course. Yeah, there's no talking. Nobody wants to talk. People just want to throw hands and throw fists. Eight of Swords. And they feel stuck. They feel trapped by that. Oh, no, wait. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Talk about what? They gossip and they lied. Lied to the point that other people fell into the trap of their lies and now they feel stuck. So people want, like, you know, you catch my drift, they want... They want to be compensated for being lied to, is what I can say here. Six of Cups is here with stuck in the past. Yeah, they have people stuck in the past about you because this individual have created this warped type of point of view surrounding you, that you are this bad person and you all these things here, and that's not true here. So yeah, people are stuck in the past, or they made them stuck in the past here because they kept bringing up the same thing over and over and over, and it's not working or anticipating the way that they expect or anticipate. So that's a them problem. Baby. Somebody eating French toast. You could be eating what's that? Sunny side up eggs or poached eggs. However it resonates. Page of Cups here with happy news. Okay? Yeah. Everything that was in the past is in the present now, and you're getting good news about that. You are. People love you, or people are going to learn to love you. Okay? Just be your authentic self. We got the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords here. They're a happy home, or so. Well, it's not a happy home. Ten of Cups is here. This is more of a toxic home. So they're blaming you for the reason why somebody left someone, a mother figure or a father figure or ex-spouse, however it resonates, child. But their significant other left them here because they realized that they're way over their head, or there's too much heat on them here with the Ten of Cups. They're blaming you for this because you spoke the truth. Basically saying, well, if you would have never said the truth or exposed the truth, that this toxic relationship would have never ended, which is very odd because if anything, they should be thanking you that they're out of a toxic relationship, but they don't think of it in that way. And we have the Ten of Wands here, so they feel very burdened by what they have done. All these sticks here, Wands represents fire. It could be a strong fire sign, could be an air sign. Swords are air. So they are, it's like they brought their own gasoline to the fire, or they brought their own match to the fire, and they sat on these sticks here and they kept pushing it and pushing it, which creates some form of a friction here. The lies created friction, and it kept creating and creating and creating to the point where now everything is set ablaze and they can't handle it. What they gotta do with you, collective? Baby, what they got to do with you? I'm just saying. We got judgment here. Man. It's like it's literally like, it's like holding a match or putting a match in your back pocket. And you know you got the match back there, but for some odd reason, you just keep moving and fidgety and doing all different types of things. And you know you should be doing that because eventually, or some way, somehow, that match can actually set a blaze here. So it's like they caught themselves in their ass. That makes sense. Their assets turned into liabilities, literally. And this is why people are wanting to, like, it's like off with their, you know, they want an effigy of this person. If you know what an effigy is. Okay. Yeah. The Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Things are being out in the open. They're caught red-handed. People, they want smoke. All because they could not succeed at failing you. Despite them trying to fail you on many occasions. They couldn't do it. You've always tapped to your own beat. That's what infuriates them. Why do you always think for yourself? Why you'll never listen to me? Why would you listen to poor thoughts? Because this was poorly thoughted out. Why would you listen to poor thoughts? Why would you listen to someone that can't even take their own advice? Those are the type of individuals that you should stay away from. If you're trying to give me advice and you can't take your own advice, then what exactly are you giving me advice for? Yeah, I'm going to go there. You can't set yourself up to be a person or a go-to person where people are coming towards you, and not just generally speaking here, going towards a person for advice, but when it comes time for them to take their own advice, they won't do it. It doesn't make sense at all. It just doesn't. It will never make sense to me. So people decide to take their advice, liberty of advice, the copious amount of advice here, but it was the wrong advice because that advice put them in a hole. Casper, remember the movie Casper? Scratch that. Remember the game called Casper on PlayStation 1? I don't know if you guys ever played that game before, but there was a game called Casper on PlayStation 1, and there was a specific area within the actual game where it was stretch. Yes, it was it Stinky or Stretch? Either one of those. I don't remember. Stinky, Stretch, or Fatso. But Casper had to turn into the fan. Remember, he would tend to morph into different types of objects so that way he can fit into different parts of the house. And there was a part in the game where he was actually in the graveyard and it was an open pit. The uncles never liked him for whatever reason. He was just very different than him, okay? He was trying to get back to being an actual live little boy, right? And when he turned into that fan, the goal of that part of the game was to put, I think it was Stretch. I don't remember, a long time ago. But he had to put one of the uncles into the grave that the uncle actually created for him. And he was successful with it. I think the uncle had a shovel, I believe. And every time he would try to hit Casper, Casper was like, ow, ow. Remember that? I say all that to say, one of the uncles, I strongly feel is Stretch, created that space there, that grave site there where he really thought that he was going to put Casper in, and he ended up falling into that pit that he created. Listen, it's Halloween, so y'all gonna get a lot of analogies surrounding this, okay? Yes, because Casper, yes, he was a friendly ghost. He was a good spirit. He had a really, really good spirit. He had a very easy spirit. He had a very kind spirit that just wanted to help and just wanted to love. But with the Four of Wands here, he was trying to get back towards the Lazarus, which was that big, it was a lavatory at the bottom of the house or the basement of the house. And he was trying to get back to becoming an actual real life boy here. But at the end of it all, he were able to get his wish here with the Four of Wands. Yes, he was. Despite him going against his three uncles did everything possible to ensure that he wasn't able to get the Lazarus or step into the Lazarus here. And he had the Crittenden, the woman as well. She actually passed away. And yeah, it was a whole lot. But it's a lot of great analogies surrounding that movie. Christina Ricci was in that as well, too. But we have death here. Yeah. Whatever grave they built for themselves, yeah, is what they fell in here. I think the funny part here is that they thought that you wouldn't be aware or you wouldn't have been conscious in regards to the grave that they dug. But they did a lot of things in a deaf way, in a dead way, in an ending way. So everything they did towards you, they wanted to make sure it ended here. Well, you ain't gonna be this. You would never be successful, and you can't do this without me, and that won't work for you, and you need to listen to me, and you need to this. That's the end. If that makes sense, every type of talk or conversation that they would say, it would end in this. It was like dead talk. Hopefully that makes sense, to kind of stop you from moving forward. So they put you or attempt to put you in survival mode here, and surviving in some cases, if that's all you've been doing for a very long time. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes some people end up actually being here because survival is like, you know, you're hanging on by you know, the skin of your teeth or by the thread of things, you know, if you're not able to get out of that survival mode and start to thrive, if that makes sense. So everything they did was always the end of something, meaning the end of you, but in many different ways. Your finances, your physical state, your mental state, your emotional state, your psychological state, your spiritual state, etc., etc. If that makes sense. Everything had an end, or always have an end when it comes to them. Despite the conversations that you may have with this person, it was nothing ever to help to invigorate you to wanting to keep moving forward when you were around them or if they were around you. It was always trying to kind of like end your growth. They wanted you to be in despair as they kept saying that towards you here. Like naysayers. Somebody love working with numbers, numerology. Somebody love working with cards, cardiology, not these actual cards, but like actually playing cards. Like you can probably read, you know, read with actual playing cards. I think that's so dope. That's a really dope skill to have. And then also I'm seeing Lenormand. That's also another type of like divination card. So you got Oracle, Tarot, and Lenormand. But I see someone working with Lenormand. And also if you look closely on those type of cards, they do actually have like the diamonds and the hearts and, you know, the club and some spades. Somebody may have a crystal ball, okay? You may be working on that. Or you just purchase a crystal ball. We have the 9 of Swords here, okay? Some of you guys could actually feel things of objects. So if you touch an object, you can get a rundown or a read of that. I forget the type of name of divination that is. Y'all can help me out with that one. I can't think of it except this right now. But it's to where you just touch something, touch an object, and you literally just get like a download. I can't think of it right now, but somebody has that. No, not clairsentient. No, not that one. It's a specific name. I can't think of it right now. Maybe it'll come to me. But no, not clairsentient. Yes, psychrometry. Yes, that's it. Thank you. Psychrometry. Thank you. That's it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. It's called psychometry. All right, we have the Temperance here. You could be a Sagittarius, so they could be, Scorpio is here too. We are coming up on Scorpio season, so you're going to see a lot of transitions or transformations surrounding all of this foolishness here. I like to look at the last 3 here. I think that all zodiac signs tell a story or narrate a story. And now we're in Libra season here. Libra is for the balance of things. And once things are balanced out, now you get ready to transform into something greater here. So you're leaving behind old things that no longer serve you. And then with Sagittarius season coming around, it helps you to rise into greater things once you transform. That makes sense? So Libra, you see them things for how you need to see it. Things are going to be balanced out, or you're moving forward towards a balanced state. In Scorpio season here, it helps you to transform or to release things that no longer serve you. And then with Sagittarius season, it helps you to get to higher grounds or higher points of view or elevation or evolution of things. And I can even spread it even further with Capricorn. Capricorn, you know, is known for like hard work and things of that nature. Aquarius is more for like community settings. So I like to look at when the different types of signs come around in their, you know, in their time here, all signs can teach you something if you're open to it. That makes sense. And I feel like now that we're in Libra season here, you're going to see a lot of things being balanced out for you on your behalf. You really are. Yeah. With the Wheel of Fortune here, you're going to be amazed. You're going to be shocked. You really are. Going back to that last read that I did earlier here with the inheritance here, you're going to be shocked in regards to just how much inheritance is not just like that particular one. Inheritance come in many different forms and, you know, an aspect of things, but you're just going to see like an overpour of blessings and abundance in your life. It may actually make you cry. Like, I'm so for real with you with the 9 of Pentacles. It might make you cry. Like just how blessed you're going to be, or you're going to feel that you are, because you've been doing the work. And this is why you're going to be blessed. You're in a space here where now you're going to be able to receive if you're doing the work. It may have already started for some of you guys. Everybody's going to be different. So you're going to have to take that how that resonates. If it didn't start for you yet, it doesn't mean that it's not. It just means you just have to keep moving forward and doing your inner work. That's all it means. Okay? Everybody's different on their path and their journey here, you know? But that doesn't make it less, you know, make it less because you're, you know, you're a little bit behind or people are, you know what I mean? Your journey is your journey, and you should honor and respect that as such, because the more that you do, you're going to be here. Nine of Pentacles and the World. This is great energy. Great, great, great energy. Great. Like superb. And it's because of your bravery of learning who you are, or learning more of self here. You're being seen as brave to, because people may look at you and see, and they will like, you don't look like what you've been through, because you did the work, the inner work. And this is why, again, it's showing up in this way. Nine of Pentacles, the World. I'll even throw in the Temperance. Things are balanced out for you here. Yeah, absolutely. You were brave to continue to move forward despite all the beat down and the letdowns, and you know, the mocking and the jeering and the gossip, and you know, the physical altercations and things of that nature here. So people are looking at you and questioning you like, what are you? But you're very ethereal. You're very, very, very ethereal. Okay? You have a glow to you that's so beautiful or handsome to you that it makes people stop in their tracks. Pay attention to when you're going outside, you're going to the grocery store or wherever, however, and you're commingling outside here. If you see people staring at you, it's because of your glow. You're going to start to see more of that. You'll be like, what they looking at? You might be a nervous person. You might be, you know, a little standoffish or whatever. But you're going to see more and more people while you're out in public, whatever you're doing in public here. More and more people are going to look at you. You'll be like, what? Why are you looking at me? But yeah, it's all good, I promise. So ethereal here, Uranus. So it's like sudden things, sudden changes. You're going to see, yeah, you're feeling more of self. You're not allowing the distractions to distract you outside of self. You're more into yourself here. You could be a Capricorn or a strong Capricorn, high vibrant Capricorn here, okay? A high vibrant Capricorn. Yeah, you see the vision. You've been getting a lot of visions. Your dream state may have been actually picked up as well too. Your visions may be very, very, very vivid in your dream state, to the point where you kind of asking yourself, was this really real? Yeah, in your dream state it was. Okay. Get a book if you can and put it beside your bed, beside your nightstand. And when you get up, write it down. It's all gonna make sense. It's like puzzle pieces. That's what the dreams are. But you have this, like the connection to the divine is, it's like there's no doubt about it. Sagittarius is here. There's no doubt about it at all. No doubt about it. People see it and you see it, and you're coming off as very sacred because you are connected to source. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You're very sacred in your journey. Your path is sacred. Your journey is sacred. You are sacred. Yeah. And devotion is here. Because you devoted yourself to ensure that you put yourself in a position where you always want to be connected to the divine. Could be a Scorpio. You could be, you're high vibrant Scorpio here. And this is where your blessings are coming in. Yeah. Good for you, Collective. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Yeah, Collective, I'm proud of you. That's what I'm talking about. Do the work, boo. I'm telling you. It may be hard in the beginning, trust me. It's not an easy feat. It's not. But I'm telling you, if you continuously push through, man, the blessings, the fabulous life, I'm telling you. Got glamour here. Yeah. Your life is being glamored in a positive way, however that resonates for you, because everybody's going to look at glamour in a different way. And you're falling in love with yourself. Yes, you are beautiful or handsome, but you are falling in love with yourself, and it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to feel, and it's a beautiful thing to see, which is why, yet again, they can't nip their failures in the bud. We all know what a bud is. It's like, okay, you know, I'm going to use plants as an example. When you put a seed in and all you see is that little bud, you see that first sign of growth, but that little bud. But sometimes that's how far the actual flower can actually grow, or the seed will actually grow, because it can actually be a dud here. So with that being said here, they're trying to nip literally their negative seeds inside of your mind, or the soil of your mind, because that's where you are abundant, if you're able to perceive it in that way. They were trying to plant seeds in your mind here to get you to not grow. Okay, so if they get inside your head here and they fill it with nothing but negativity here, there's going to be very hard for you to be able to get past what they're trying to put down towards you. If that makes sense. So they can't nip their failures in the bud. It has to go in the trash because it doesn't affect you. You don't relate to that. You don't resonate with that. So it's not going to, yes, influence is in reverse. I'm gonna put it upright so you can see, but it came out in reverse. Aquarius. So yes, Aquarius represents 11th house, community, the world, right? And they were utilizing all different types of tactics all over the world from what they've learned, the many various tactics here to influence you to do bad or to do worse than them, because they were doing worse than you or badder than you here. But if they were able to bring you down a couple notches here and you were underneath them, well, then they will feel that their bad that they're doing is not so bad after all, if that makes sense. And it didn't work because their bad is bad after all. They're bad. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. Who's bad? Yeah, see, confident. That could be Neptune here. Neptune is like illusions. Neptune is connected to Pisces, okay? And if a person is very low vibrational Pisces here, they always in some kind of an illusion state. If that makes sense. Thank you, Empress. Oh, man. Despite, oh, perfect. Okay, you see all that smoke behind her right here? That's literally what Neptune is. It's filled with illusions on the lower aspect of things here. And you were able to bypass the smoke and you were able to see things in its entirety now. If that makes sense? And they weren't expecting it. Oh, well, who cares, child? Somebody could be watching Rock, the show called Rock. It's on Pluto TV. ROC with Charles Dunson and I think her name is Ella Joyce, I believe. Really good show back in the 90s. But if you're looking for it or you're wanting to see, but I see somebody watching Rock. It's on Pluto TV, okay? And you can come off as an autocrat, a person having or ruling with unlimited power. You rule yourself, so all the power is going to stay with you. You're not wasting your power in nefarious ways. You're not causing harm towards people here. You are holding your power, or you keep recycling your power back into self. So whatever you use, it comes right back to you here because you're not exerting it in a negative way to cause harm towards other people here. It's just for you. This is why you have unlimited source of power for self. And it's bringing forth the confidence here. Yes. Yes, he was a garbage man. Yes, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, he was. Yes. Uh-huh. Yep. He sure was. And he didn't play. He was cheap as hell. But listen, he had a lot of good stories to tell. And you're coming off as very distinguished in your craft, in your skill set. Just you in general. You are very, very distinguished. And people are seeing this and they're loving this. They're falling in love with that, your distinguishedness. Or you could be a doctor or soon to be a doctor, or you could be a nurse. You could be studying for LPN, RN, MSN. Someone's going to school to become an anesthesiologist. You're going to do extremely well. You're going to be phenomenal. And I'm glad that you are here because we need more doctors. You know what I mean? Great doctors at that. So congratulations on wanting to become an anesthesiologist, whoever's on here that's doing that. Yeah, abundance is here. Follow your path or follow your bliss. Yes. Someone is getting ready to get ready to take the test to become an anesthesiologist, and you're going to pass. Someone wants to become a lawyer here, you're going to pass. I'm telling you, there's a lot of great things that are lining up for the collective here. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be blown away. Just don't forget my red velvet cake, guys. Don't forget my red velvet cake and a couple of oracle cards. So that's all I asked for in a speaker, okay? Shoot. That's all I asked for, okay? All right, let's see what else. Where I'm at, 50 minutes. What's that? Let's say money. Trust the process. Trust the process. It's here. Trust it. Trust the process here. Wisdom is here. When the wisdom is released into you, from you, that's when the money is going to come in. You're going to have to take that how that resonates. This is why you'll be able to receive, because you're going with the flow of things. I'm so proud of y'all. I am so proud of each and every one of you guys who are doing the work specifically. If you are doing the work, I'm so proud of you. Yes, I am. Man, I am. I really am. Because now you're actually yes, come on, spirit, talk to me. Okay? We got alignment and mirrors here. Come on, y'all. Listen. Fist bump. Okay, we give y'all some flowers. Yes, collector, period. Yes. Period. Congratulations, y'all. Period. I know that's right. I'm like a proud auntie or a proud mama. Go ahead. Yeah, that's my baby. Go ahead, collector. But not for real. See, it say mirrors and alignment here. Mirrors in alignment. You're finally looking your beautiful or handsome self in the mirror here, and you are loving what you are seeing, and it's putting you in the space of alignment. I love this. Then we got step by step here. You could be watching the show step by step, take by whatever, however it was, child, long time ago. But that was a good show too. Okay, with Suzanne Summers. Yeah, the more you look yourself in the mirror, the more you're able to take the steps, or the more that your steps are being enlightened for you to see, or you're ordained to take these certain steps. The whispers of your soul or of source or spirit, if that makes sense. I so love this for y'all. Oh, man. Yeah, and the integrity is what's making you go really far. Your integrity, the truth of you, is what's making you go super far. Oh, man, this is good. I love this. I'm going to stop right here. Yeah, collective. Yeah, I like it. We got Scorpio here. Y'all make me so proud. Sagittarius, okay. Aquarius. Aries, and you should be proud of yourself. Take a goddamn bow. Okay? You should be very proud of yourself. Gemini. Capricorn, however it resonates. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We have Leo here. Okay. Thank you. We have Aries. Okay. Yet again, I'm going to end it here. I just want to let you guys know that I am super proud of you guys for the one that is truly doing the work. You are showing up. You're showing out. You're being very confident within yourself. You're being confident in your work. You're being confident in your steps. You know what I mean? You're very elated. You're very happy, or you're in a space where you're soon to be very elated, very happy. It's like you're getting ready to give birth. You know what I mean? This is metaphorically speaking. You're getting ready to give birth. And for the ones that have given birth, you know that when the baby is starting to crown, that is the most excruciating pain that a woman can ever experience in that kind of way. And it's like you have to push past that burn. Every contraction that you have, and the stomach just keep, you know what I mean? But with each contraction that you have, it brings that birth in closer, or the baby closer and closer to being, you know, in the world here. So you're getting ready to birth a new aspect of you. You're birthing a new aspect of self here, and people are going to be blown away by what you created of self. Never ever forget to put you first. Never ever forget to love you first. Always, 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 always put you first. No matter what you do, put you first, and everything else is going to come the way it needs to come. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to grab this copy of this book here. All right. Name of the book again is called Wisdom Beyond Wounds. You are truly appreciated and you are loved over here. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye, TikTok. Thank you, boo. Mwah. See ya. Instagram, Facebook, mwah, mwah, mwah. See you later. YouTube, love, love, love to my YouTube fans. Y'all are truly, truly, I don't want to call y'all fans. Y'all not fans. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for saying that. Supporters. I don't like the word fan. You are my supporters. You are my family. You are my soul family. If YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and also TikTok, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this soul family here. We're going to rock this mother until we can't rock it no more. You hear me? Go out there, be freaking great. I'll see you on the next one.